Hello all, I am PWMD working as an assistant professor at Sanjeevani College of Engineering, Kopargaon. Now in previous lecture we have discussed about the Parsons reaction turbine, and when we call reaction turbine as a Parson, so there are some conditions. First one is what? There is a 50% degree of reaction. Second one is what? Alpha equal to phi and beta equal to theta. So for alpha equal to phi, C1 equal to CR2, and for beta equal to theta, C2 equal to CR1. Okay, so means alpha angle is related to C1 and phi angle. Alpha angle is related to C1 velocity. Phi angle is related to CR2. Okay, this is CR2. Similarly, beta is related to C2 outlet absolute velocity, and theta is related to CR1. This is theta and this is CR1. Okay. Now today we will discuss about condition for maximum efficiency. Okay. So condition for maximum efficiency is obtained by following assumptions. Number one, degree of reaction is 50%. That is C1 equal to CR2, alpha equal to phi, C2 equal to CR1, beta equal to theta. Number two, moving and fixed plates are symmetrical. When it is possible, alpha equal to phi or beta equal to theta, when there is a turbine blades that is moving as well as fixed plates are symmetrical, and the velocity of steam at exit is same as that velocity of steam at the entrance to the succeeding stage. Okay, so we'll discuss step by step how to get the equation for maximum efficiency and what is the condition. Okay, so this is a combination velocity triangle. So ML indicate CBL, vector ML indicates CBL. CBL is nothing but plate speed. Okay, so it is common to both inlet as well as outlet velocity triangle. So this is C1 at an angle alpha. Then by joining S point and M point, you are getting CR1. Then by having a perpendicular from S on this P on this horizontal line, you are getting PM. Okay, so C upon. Similarly, you can construct the outlet velocity triangle, that is CR2, C2. C2 will be having two components, CF2 and CW2. C1 has two components, CW1 and CF1. Okay. Now alpha equal to phi, beta equal to theta. Now work done per kg of steam is what? CBL in bracket CW1 plus CW2. That is CBL in bracket C1 cos alpha plus CR2 cos phi minus CBL. What is CW1? So what is cos alpha? Cos alpha equal to CW1 by C1. So what is CW1? C1 cos alpha. So we have written here C1 cos alpha. Now it is CW2. So this is CW2. Okay. So it is, we will take cos phi. What is cos phi? Cos phi. Okay. This is what? Phi angle. So cos phi equal to what? Yes. Cos phi equal to this MQ, vector MQ. So it is addition of CBL plus CW2. So it is CW2 plus CBL upon CR2. So that's why you are getting CW2 as CR2 cos phi minus CBL. So by putting the values of CW1 and CW2, we can write the equation as CBL in bracket C1 cos alpha plus in bracket CR2 cos phi minus CBL. Okay. Now next. So since this is a Parsons reaction turbine case, so alpha equal to phi, so C1 equal to CR2. Okay. So here C1 is replaced by CR2. So what you are getting? W equal to CBL in bracket CR2 cos alpha, because C1 equal to CR2 plus CR2 cos alpha minus CBL. Okay. Again CR2 is nothing but C1. So it is C1 cos alpha plus C1 cos alpha minus CBL. So C1 cos alpha plus C1 cos alpha is what? Yes. It is 2C1 cos alpha minus CBL. So W equal to twice CBL C1 cos alpha minus CBL square. If you are taking C1 square common, then you are getting twice CBL C1 cos alpha upon C1 square minus CBL square upon C1 square. So this is just an adjustment to write the equation in the form of S. Okay. So S also we have discussed, it is the ratio of CBL to C1. So by putting S as a CBL by C1, you can write the equation for work C1 square in brackets 2S cos alpha minus S square. Okay. Now again, we know that the kinetic energy supplied to fixed plate is what? C1 square by 2. Then kinetic energy supplied to moving blade is Cr2 square minus Cr1 square upon 2. Because in reaction turbine, the partial conversion is taking place in fixed plate and partial is taking place in moving blade. So total energy supplied to stage. What is stage? It is the fixed plate, arrangement of fixed plate and moving blade. So therefore total energy supplied to the stage equal to delta H. It is C1 square by 2, that is addition of this energy plus this energy. So C1 square by 2 plus Cr2 square minus Cr1 square by 2. That is enthalpy drop in stage. But C1 is nothing but Cr2. Therefore C1 square by 2. So Cr2 is nothing but C1. So C1 square minus Cr1 square upon 2. Okay. So what is this? This we will discuss in next PPT. Okay. This is a cosine law. So next is, yes, delta H equal to C1 square by 2 plus C1 square minus Cr1 square upon 2. So delta H equal to C1 square by 2 plus C1 square by 2 minus Cr1 square by 2. So C1 square by 2 plus C1 square by 2 minus. So this half and this half, it is C1 square minus Cr1 square by 2. Okay. Now considering the angle triangle LMS, so apply cosine law. So law of cosine is useful for computing third side of triangle whose two sides or their enclosed angles are known. So here you see, this is what the LMS. Okay, so we'll see here LMS. Where is L? This is LMS. So CBL, C1 and CR1. Okay, so I have shown here CBL, C1 and CR1. Okay, so here CR1 square, we want to have an equation for CR1 square. Okay, so CR1 square equal to C1 square plus CBL square. CR1 square equal to C1 square plus CBL square minus twice C1 into CBL cos alpha. This is what? Cosine law. So substitute the value of CR1 square in equation number 2. So we can write delta H as, therefore total energy supplied to stage equal to, this is cosine law. Okay, for your reference, this is what? Cosine law. So we have taken the reference of this cosine law. Delta H equal to C1 square minus in bracket C1 square plus CBL square minus twice C1 CBL cos alpha upon 2. So on simplification again you can write C1 square plus minus C1 square by 2 minus CBL square by 2 plus C1 CBL cos alpha. So it is C1 square by 2 minus CBL square by 2 plus C1 CBL cos alpha. Okay. So at last you are getting this equation. So this is what delta H equal to C1 square by 2 in bracket 1 plus 2S cos alpha minus S square. Okay, because S is what? CBL by C1. CBL by C1 is nothing but S. So C1 square by 2 in bracket 1 plus 2S cos alpha minus S square. Now what is blade efficiency? It is work done upon delta S. So what is work done? It is C1 square. Where is the equation for work done? This is the equation for work done. It is C1 square 2 cos alpha. C1 square in bracket 2S cos alpha minus S square. Okay, and by considering this equation, an equation for delta H, you can write the equation for blade efficiency. So it is C1 square in bracket 2S cos alpha minus S square. So what is delta S? C1 square by 2 1 plus 2S cos alpha minus S square. So you are getting equation for blade efficiency. Okay. So finally you are getting the equation 2 in bracket 1 plus 2S cos alpha minus S square minus 2 upon 1 plus 2S cos alpha minus S square. So 2 minus this. Okay, correct? This is what? Blade efficiency. So blade efficiency would be maximum when this bracket becomes maximum. Okay. So therefore the required equation is what? D by ds of this bracket. So you are getting finally 2 cos alpha minus 2S equal to 0. So S equal to cos alpha. If you are getting S equal to cos alpha, then you are getting maximum efficiency by placing by putting the value of S in efficiency equation. You are getting finally the maximum efficiency as 2 cos square alpha upon 1 plus cos square alpha. Similarly, we got the equation for impulse turbine. Okay, so this is what the equation for maximum efficiency of reaction steam turbine. Okay, so maximum efficiency equal to 2 cos square alpha upon 1 plus cos square alpha. So here we'll stop, and in next video we will discuss the numericals on reaction turbine. Thank you.